This episode of the Turf District podcast, we'd like to tell you about what's new with our friends at TELUS Story Hive. Calling on all new and emerging creators in BC and Alberta, TELUS Story Hive's all-access documentary edition is funding 40 creators with $20,000 each in production funding, mentorship, training, and distribution on TELUS Optic TV. Pitch any documentary idea that you're passionate about, and you could be in the running to join the Story Hive community. Apply by May 30th at storyhive.com/apply. Enjoy the show.
Hey, fellas, we ain't gonna ever back down from nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And we're a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, locally grown, community supported. We're also a part of the Canadian Football Podcast Network. I'm Andrew, and welcome to the district tonight. I'm really glad that you joined us. If you're on YouTube, thank you for tuning in, and if you are just downloading the episode, thank you for downloading. We appreciate it. The little bit of a gear change this evening. We were hoping that we'd have a guest, but didn't quite work out. So today you get Hostful goodness. So that'll be lots of fun still. And make sure that you're adding your questions into the chat for us, because we'll do a bit of kind of an AMA as we go along here, because we have lots to talk about. There's a ton of information that we've never got to. Also, make sure you're sharing the link with all your CFL friends so that they can join us on Monday nights. And thank you to those of you who endured this episode last week and and listened to me babble on about all the draft picks and a little bit about G. Roy Simon. We're only 59 follows away from 2,500 on Twitter, so make sure you're helping with that too. Luckily, this evening you do not have to worry about it just being me, because we are starting with all of the gang, and way out west it is Superfan Mike. There it is. I love the delay. It's lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you did that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn your mic on. There you go.
Hey,
Mike,
magic.
now we can hear you.
That's
There,
our
nice
noise
gentlers. Everyone wants to
back.
hear you. There.
A little.
Boy, I tell you, we don't have a
so.
guest. It just becomes a gong show, doesn't it? Like, I don't know what the heck is going on here.
Well, you
Holy jeez.
I'll just leave that.
Should pull back the curtain a minute and say, well, that's because the Skype feed dropped as we started the podcast for some reason,
Nice.
and then it came back. So
It's back. It's all
I still
matters.
don't don't know if I'm moving for you guys, but it looked like I was moving on the YouTube, so that's good. Let's see. We've got the whole gang tonight because also
Gang's all
here
here.
is one Commissioner Kayla. How are you?
Everyone. Hello. Hello.
Look at all your fancy Christmas lights behind you.
Oh yes. Well, I thought I'd change it up, but I think I set myself up for disaster and not so much success. So we'll see if there's loud bangs and computers falling, and it might be entertaining. At least we have no guests to embarrass ourselves with, well, myself with.
It's just us. It's just us. And we're okay with just us. That's fantastic. Let's get us all together. There we are. Guys, it has been too long since we've done just a hostful episode.
Just the trio.
Where we just get to we get a chance to kind of chat and catch up on like 8 million things of information because our it's just been crazy how far that we've been waiting to get to talk to all of these other things. Oh, Kayla, I'm really making you really small on the screen.
That's okay.
Very helpful. No, not at all.
Mhm.
I can't do that. Well, look at
It's
that. I'm going to
fine.
fix it on the fly. People are getting all of the inside track right
Pay
now.
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Correct. That's what I was hoping would happen, but it's not happening. Just so you know,
That's fine.
it's pretty hard to not pay attention to the man behind the curtain when he's moving the camera while he's talking. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I think we're all good now. So we have a ton of information to talk about because we haven't. We haven't talked about all the stuff going on forever. So I think that there's going to be a few questions about training camp.
You don't say.
Weird. I know. I think there's going to be a few questions about the CBA.
Probably.
I feel like we're going. Yep, I know. It's weird.
Maybe the draft.
Maybe the draft. Maybe a few draft questions. Yeah, there could be those. And as everybody watches Kayla's camera just bounce all over the place because I cannot get this thing to cooperate. But
It's
a
probably because I switched in locations. It just. Mhm.
I tell you,
Seems
I
fair.
thought I had this sorted out, but I really do. Anyway, close enough. Everyone can see us. We're good. That's
We're-
that's all this is gonna happen. Tyler's shaking his head in the background. He's like, "What is going on?" Okay, so one day I'll get this down. I promise. Let's go way back first.
Way
before
back.
we talk about the
The
draft.
70s.
Um,
Oh,
no,
good music.
Just saying. Good football.
Mike's version of way back and ours is very different, I guess.
That'd be the
That's-
20s. 1920s.
So-
But yeah.
1920s? Those are the
Yes.
ones that you're excited about? Okay,
Always.
lovely. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that we have a plan. No, let's talk about do you know we actually have a special teams coordinator. Did you know that?
We do have one. He was at
I
the
know,
women's
it's weird,
dinner.
right? Yeah, was he?
Yeah.
Wait a second. I didn't know that.
Now you know.
All right then. I heard the women's dinner was very successful.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it was outstanding. I've seen lots of pictures from it, and everyone seemed to have a ball. A good friend of ours did supply some cookies for everyone that attended, and apparently there was the
Yes.
big hit of it, and yeah, very outstanding.
Well, of course it was the big hit of it. It was
Cookies.
Janelle Bake.
Exactly.
Come on. Of course.
And
it was
brownies, yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, that's what
And
we
they
all
were
hope
delish.
for. Wonderful. That's very good. I did see some pictures from it, and it looked like it was a good time
Yeah.
and lots of fun had. Although I do think the selfie by Victor Cui, some of those selfies were great,
Yeah.
and the photo bomb on Jedi and Janelle's picture was outstanding. That was the important part.
That's our president.
But we do have a special teams coordinator. Merritt Bowden
Yes.
is the special teams coordinator. Mike Shepper back is the special teams assistant. Now, Mike, I think you were telling me that he was here before.
Yeah, he was the offensive line coach in, I want to say 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's back maybe 2015, one of the two. He was
One of the
after
two,
Jonathan Heimbaugh, so
Oh, okay.
it was a while
So-
ago. 2015 would probably make sense since that would be the Chris Jones connection, but
Correct.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think that's those are good picks, and hey, as long as it's not catch the ball and fall down,
Please
we're all
no.
happy, right?
No. Please no.
Yeah, that's what we're shooting for.
Well,
Okay.
and yeah, field position. Like, come on.
Catch the ball. Yes. Fall down in the
A little
end zone.
bit more. Let's have a
Their end
little bit more.
That's hilarious. That's funny. Kamish, you've had at least, I see a couple of comments here saying that you look great tonight, so I just thought I'd tell you
Oh,
that.
thanks. Thanks, because I feel terrible with this lighting. I feel like, just like, ooh.
Well, I keep making you like go big and little.
Yeah, everyone's like
all the
seeing the
time.
pores.
And sooner
It's probably
or
this.
later,
Let's be honest.
it's
Oh, there we
Wow.
go.
2-2.
It is what it is.
Who's feeling confident about a 3-game series?
I'm never confident with the Oilers
No.
or the Elks, so I mean,
Okay, that's probably fair. That's probably fair. I'll let that go.
we gotta try.
All right, let's. I did see a question, so let's pan over to a question from the group that I think we all want to talk about, and then we'll kind of go into some more other things here. But the biggest question right now is: are we going to have a training camp?
Yes.
Oh God.
Mike says yes.
Will it start Sunday? I don't know. But we will have a training camp at some point this year.
In
Okay.
October.
October.
Didn't ask when. They just asked there was going to be one. Yes, there
Right.
will be one.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I can't really argue with that
See?
too much because yeah,
And-
there will be one.
According to
At some
Victor
point.
Cue, if there is one, fans will be allowed to attend.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic, actually.
Isn't it? So yes, that's news I heard today.
You're welcome, Kayla. That took a second, but that was great. Yes, I sure hope there will be one on time. Now, the one thing though, I mean, I know I had put the CBA to talk about it later, but we might as well get into it because that's the kind of the going topic at this moment, and then we'll get back into some of these old things. But to me, it's funny because this is what happens every time, right? We get back and forth. Somebody puts in a crappy deal, and then it gets out, and everybody freaks out, and then midnight before training camp starts, they get a deal, and then we
Then
have players on the
scramble to
field.
get players into town.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it
Exactly.
ends on Saturday.
Well, except for
right?
one team that's going to have all of their players there supposedly because of the possible repercussions, which wow, that CFLPA is really taking a shot at somebody.
Yeah.
We don't know who.
I guess we'll find
but,
out when we see who's in town for which team.
That's right. Yeah, that's my. I did.
I'm betting it's Halifax.
I know that. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at their record.
the Schooners.
Yeah.
If you don't show up, forget it. You're not allowed anymore.
Good.
That's it.
That's why they've been
Cut
every year.
from the team.
They're like, we're not even playing.
It's fair. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you think though, Mike? Like this whole, the offer
Mhm.
from the CFL, because we both know that that's basically what it is at this point.
It's posturing.
And how things are going. It's okay.
It's just
That's
pure
what I thought.
posturing. It's the same thing they do every time that one of these happens. We have the CBA always expires the day before camp is supposed to open, so it's supposed to force the players, if they want to start making the team, that they're going to come. Of course, rookies don't count. They're not a member of the CFLPA. You don't become one until you play a game. I believe it's a regular season game even. So
Okay.
if you haven't played a regular season game in the CFL, you do not fall under the CFLPA, so you have to show up regardless. So there is rookie camp starting on Wednesday. So, I mean, I guess they could technically have an all-rookie CFL this year.
Football.
Hey, at least we have enough quarterbacks that will qualify as rookies. So 6 of our 8 quarterbacks are rookies. So,
Oh, that's helpful.
I mean, that's half of your offense right there. So that could be kind of fun.
that's all. And you can have 2 quarterbacks on the field according to the rules, so we're great.
Every snap.
That's right.
Quarterback carousel.
That
Let's
should be
go.
fine.
That's right. Yeah.
Instead of 4th string, it's 4th pair.
Yeah.
It's like
Nice.
defense in hockey. Your third
Yeah,
pairing
we
quarterbacks.
have this many quarterbacks. Yeah.
Is this
Well, if
gonna?
you have 8, you could have 4 pairs. Yeah.
We got to rebirth the James and the Danny somehow.
Oh, we gotta get the dancing on the sideline.
Yep,
Yes.
That's the
yep,
important
yep.
part. Yeah. Yeah. I think
The
we
solid
might
green
need
and gold
that.
dancers. Yes.
I I don't know. I want to see the dirty dancing move again.
I'd settle for a Simba just holding him over the.
Just hold that'd be.
Yeah.
We're not picky.
No,
Either of
at
those
this
would
point.
be great. Yeah.
It'd be better
Yeah,
if we still had
that's
a
fantastic.
Kunu Machado on the team, but we'll take it. What do we got?
That's true. Yeah, then he would be the perfect one
Yeah.
for it. But so as part of that, CFLPA has taken a strike vote, which we fairly normal part
Yep.
of negotiations
Every time.
to see, and it was they have the support of the players, which they do. And so, as we were talking about, the PA now has told the veteran quarterbacks to not report to activities this week,
Most of them.
except for that one team, which we don't know which team it is. But
We'll find out.
like you said, in 2 days, well, a day and a half at this point,
Yes.
we're going to find out. And if you're listening on the audio podcast tomorrow, we're going to find out.
Well, rookie camp is on Wednesday. I mean, they have a day or two after that. So
But they usually bring in, well, and actually, I found this out when I was at the draft. They were bringing in all of the veteran quarterbacks with the rookies so that they could, so not so much
I guess we'll find
on
out.
that front. Yeah, exactly. Can we get a deal tomorrow?
Please.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So typical back and forth, union, employer. I could go on and on with all
Yep.
of my feelings on that, but I'm not going to. I do think though that I wish that it could be just once where they just go to the table and go, come on, this makes sense, and then just let it happen. Like instead of this whole here is the crappiest deal ever and watch everybody freak out and then
Right.
oh no, we're not going to have a season and oops, surprise, we're ready to go.
And we'll
Like,
throw a
come
bunch
on,
of stuff
guys.
in knowing there's no way you could ever accept it, but it's all bound together. So you have to reject everything at the same time. Yeah, it's fun.
Oy.
Right. And then it looks like they give you something back
Right. Then you meet in the middle.
when
Hopefully.
they right. So I don't know. I mean, I find it very frustrating, so I'm trying to just not pay that close attention to it
Right.
until they get something done. You have to think though, both sides have got to go. They can't just let it. Like even missing training camp at this point is such a bad look on the league.
Right.
Like we don't need it. Like
Mhm.
we've had enough bad. Like let's get out on the field, right? Everyone in
I
agreement?
agree,
Yeah.
but
All right. Yeah.
we'll see.
Do you think it's not going to happen, Mike?
Wit.
The start of training camp. Do you
Oh, no,
think
I
it's
think-
going to be delayed?
I think they're going to get it happening. The way everything's been the last couple of years, they have no choice. If they start delaying things, if there is a strike or a lockout or whatever, after the last 2 years they've had, like they need some positive things coming out of this year, and starting with a strike or a lockout. Yeah, that is not a good thing when you're losing fans left, right, and center.
Mhm. Victor
I
can't
agree.
carry this whole league, okay?
Well, he'll sure try
He'll
though.
try.
Yeah.
He will.
He's punching way above his weight.
Yeah, that's
Needs
very
some-
true.
Mhm.
effort.
All right, Kayla, what would you guess? Would you guess we have training camp starting Sunday,
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday? What do you think?
I mean,
Also, are you going to make the drive up? That's the next question.
for the entire week, no, but I have to. I'll see when like you guys are going. We can discuss
time?
that later.
We're taking the
Oh.
time off, so yeah.
Oh, well, I can't do that,
No,
unfortunately.
but there's weekends, and there's like a long weekend coming up.
Oh yeah, I'll
Mhm.
be there. I just don't
See?
know in what increments, but what do I think? I think I'm so over disappointment that it has to work out. Right?
Optimism. I like that veiled optimism. I'm not
Veiled,
sure.
very, very,
What do
very
we call-
veiled.
what do we call that?
Like the peek around the corner, like I think
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The guy behind the bushes, like
You totally
Please.
right.
Yeah. I think there's optimism there. Yeah. Mike, is there anything in the chat about the same topic
Yeah.
I
before
want
we
to know
move
what
to the
everyone
next
So
one?
else
Co-
is.
Because I figured there would
Yeah,
be.
Coach Vic says, didn't they announce today that teams have agreed to put the players up and care for them until an agreement is made? To which Paul Reckner responded, they did announce this. However, what they didn't
Okay.
commit to is paying for the players to get back home if they don't get to a deal by the end of training camp.
Hmm.
So it's like, no,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
put you up, we'll everything else, but if you haven't got a deal, you find your own way home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty tough for some people, right? Especially guys that
It,
have never made a team.
Hmm.
yeah. It will for sure. I like that there's at least a little movement there to say, hey, at least come to get, because to me that shows what we were just talking about. Both the league and the players to some degree are aware that like we got to get something
Yeah.
out there that's positive because fans are clamoring
And
for
especially
it, right?
with two new leagues, right?
Yeah,
Like one
yeah,
playing right now and the XFL coming. So Paul Reckner also says that I think that the commitment to house and feed them through training camp could and should be enough to reasonably expect a deal to be done within that 3 weeks. So, I mean, it's been a long
That-
time since there was an actual strike. I mean, we're talking 48 years since the
Oh.
last time,
Okay.
1974. And even then, they got it done by the regular season, right? So,
okay. Well, in 2014 wasn't it delayed
Yep.
a little bit?
a little
Yeah,
bit, but
like
not much. Yep.
it was only a few days, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay. So, but even a few days at this point, they can't.
well,
I mean, they can't afford it.
especially in
Like,
Edmonton, right? I mean, we had such a bad year for so many reasons last year. And to have this positivity coming, especially being driven by Victor Cui, and then to have this, that's a massive speed bump that would be a
Mhm.
real detriment to our ticket sales and getting people pumped of all this. It's like, well, we're not sure if there's even going to be a season.
yeah, that's very
We've
true.
seen what it does
Very
to
true.
hockey, and this is a hockey mad country. So,
Correct.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time they had a lockout, I was like, nope, I'm all done.
Yeah.
That's it. Not, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, absolutely different dollars we're talking about here,
Sure.
but still, but get the deal.
Yeah, that's billionaires and
God.
millionaires. Here it's, tens of
Right.
thousandaires. So,
My kind
still
of
a few
people.
billionaires, but
6 figures, and they aren't all Lego figures.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, perfect. Did I almost get you there, Kayla?
So
I thought
close.
I timed that. I thought right as she was taking the sip, I thought I got that one. Shoot.
Clean.
All right. Anything else on this that we should chat about there?
Ken
Superfan?
Ludwig is talking about that he's so used to an 11th hour solution, and that's seems to be what happens every time. Like they get to that. That's why they put it expiring on the Saturday before camp, the day before camp opens every time, right? So, Leanne says, my guess is camp won't start on time. Mercury is in retrograde. Why is that important? Expect communication problems.
Oh, interesting.
I need
All
to
right
get
then.
some crystals under my pillow or something tonight. Whatever it's going to take.
Throw them at the sky.
Throw them at the.
Every time you do that, Kayla, I have PTSD of sparkles.
You're welcome. I can't
Just-
wait.
Just wait.
Until
Your,
I
your
I know.
house will be christened.
Oh, I
Just a champagne
Can't.
bottle full of glitter. Smash. Oh, I can't wait.
God. I'm gonna be cleaning that for years.
Ken,
Yeah.
yeah, the rest of your life.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I got to clean up in here before you do that. Don't wreck my Lego, okay? It's important.
Put tarps everywhere.
Yeah, tarps. Please don't do that.
Look like a scene from
All
Dexter
right.
at this point. All the plastic all over there.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. We could get another video of what Mike and I going.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mike's eye is just going down in
Oh.
history.
Just one.
Oh.
Just one
Just
eye.
the one.
Was
It was so impressive.
So fantastic.
Yeah, it's a
So
good one.
fantastic. I'll have to post that again for people who have no idea
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And do the
All
free.
right. Anything else on there, Superfan, or should we?
Yeah, well, Lee had a different topic, but
Okay.
Leanna says Victor QE put out a tweet about 20 minutes ago inviting fans to submit a video about the June 3rd Stand With Ukraine game. Get your videos in. So it's basically everyone has to stand against a white background and just say, I stand with Ukraine. And then they're going to put a huge collage together of all the Elks fans.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Again, just
I saw that right before we started recording.
Phenomenal ideas.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second, because they announced last Thursday, that was the big announcement, that the June 3rd preseason game, all tickets are $15, and all proceeds of that game all going to the Ukraine communities to help support Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely awesome.
Mhm.
Like I there's no other words for it. What a great idea. And I hope that we see that, that 40,000 with $15 tickets. Come on.
For a preseason game, that would be incredible. I mean,
Wouldn't it?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if we've seen a 40,000 preseason game in forever.
You're right. And
Yeah.
you would know.
Yeah. I mean, regular season, sure, but preseason. But you know what? I'd be happy with 30 at this point. Just as
Yeah.
many people as
Yeah.
possible. They've set up lines where you can buy and donate tickets as well. So even if you're not interested in going, $15 for a ticket, and they can put that towards Kids Up Front or various other charities, including Pay It Forward with Football, near and dear to our heart.
Of course.
So, just different ways that you can support, even if you're not going to the game, but we would love to see everyone go to the game and cheer it on. Plus, we've got some tailgate. We're going to be having some Ukrainian food for tailgate. So this is going to be great.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a brilliant idea,
Yeah.
man.
That wasn't
I love
mine.
that.
That was
Yeah,
someone
it was-
else suggested it. And I'm like,
That was Steve.
that's
That
no,
was,
Steve was asking, but someone else did suggest it. So we're going to do kuwasa and some pierogies, maybe some holopchi. We'll see what we can get.
So,
Everyone drink
maybe
vodka.
some. What was that last one?
Holopchi,
Some what? Yeah.
like
What
cabbage
is that?
rolls.
Oh, thanks. Okay. I should know better. I understand.
Somewhere Coach
Yeah.
Vic is going to be very disappointed with you and
Yeah.
my pronunciation.
Well-
So that'll be good.
If you if you had said petahe, I knew what that is.
There you go.
But I don't. Then I would have been on top of it. But the rest, no, I'm not very good at that.
That's all.
But what a great announcement. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to get everybody back together, assuming we get everything underway.
Oh, we're tailgating
and
the training camp at this rate. I don't care what it takes.
I'm getting this new barbecue out and using it at some bloody point. That's how this is gonna work.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
Yeah, gotta get out there. Gotta get out there.
Well, I'd like to say
Go ahead.
something.
Please.
Yes, please.
So my one of the things that I actually really liked about this initiative, it wasn't just like stand with Ukraine, because it's so easy to put up a flag and then that's all you do. Because and even when you buy a flag, that doesn't mean that any proceeds or any help is actually going towards anybody. It's just kind of a front, in my opinion. This is actually, I know that's probably opening a can of worms, but I love this because it's actually going to help people who are now immigrating into Canada from the Ukraine. So it's actually putting your money where your mouth is, and it's helping locally. It's helping that community grow. It's helping that culture grow. It's helping so many different things that it's actually going towards something tangible that we can actually see come to fruition. And I think that's a remarkable thing that they're doing. And actually, Grey Cup 2018, the breakfast. Oh my gosh, what is it called?
Spirit of Edmonton?
Thank you. They had Ukrainian dancers there, and I went up to the front and I took a video of the dancers, and
Oh, nice.
I was in tears because it was bringing together two things that I love the most: culture and football. And you know how much I love traveling, and I can go on, but those are the two big loves of my life. So to see those two come together, when that announcement was made, it just brought me back to Grey Cup, and I was so emotional. I was just like, these dancers that have no idea what it meant to me to see them perform at my first Grey Cup, bringing culture And then now to see this come into fruition with the Elks actually doing something about helping people, it's just like I'm not saying exactly how I feel because I don't know how to put it into words. So yeah, that's my little ranty thing, but I just think it's amazing.
Oh, no, it's awesome. That's fantastic, and I agree with you. I think it's an amazing thing, and I did see one other interesting thing on that topic. One of the fans had tagged Victor in a Facebook post and saying, okay, well, I paid more for my
Hmm.
season ticket, so how does that work? And Victor responded and said, well, if you'd like us to refund the difference, we will, or you can just leave it and that would just be an extra donation.
Hmm.
And I thought, man,
The
like all the
options.
right things.
All
Hmm.
right answers.
Hmm.
That is the right way to do it. Like if you really feel like you want to be the same, then no problem. We'll
Yep.
match that. But
Yep.
hey, if you just want to leave it the way it is, that's extra money going to a great cause.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so brilliant, brilliant. And I know I teased it a little bit last week, but I know that just from talking to some of the people from the team on draft night, there's more cool stuff coming up too.
Yeah.
So
I can
it's
imagine.
exciting. I know there is a jersey announcement coming up,
Oh boy.
and
Andrew's going to buy one that says Hoskins. That's
Yeah.
correct. Number 10.
Next.
number
Yeah.
10. The jersey
Hopefully
numbers
he'll
were
make
assigned today or
I
announced
know.
today. So that's great.
He better make the team. Hey, what number did you look closely at all the numbers? Do you know what number Trey Ford was assigned?
I saw it, but I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's easy enough to find out.
Okay.
He
'Cause-
will be here Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's I was just gonna say. So he turned down the Giants mini camp because he felt he wanted to get ahead of the offense here, and so he's gonna be here on Wednesday.
Yes,
So
indeed.
Oh.
I can tell you because we were trying to get him on the show that he has a travel day today, so we know he's on his way. So that's very, very cool. I was actually pretty excited to hear that. I thought for sure that he'd be scooped up in the NFL mini camps, and so for him to say, "Well, I want to be ahead of this offense and learning this offense right from the get-go," that's an amazing sign for me. I'm really happy with
I have
that.
a
He
question.
doesn't have a number.
Okay. Yes, Kayla.
Question.
I'll take your question.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. My name's Kayla, and
Long-time listener, first-time
Long-
caller.
long-time listener. Very
I was
huge
just gonna
fan. Creep it up. So if say Trey comes down, well, he is coming down. Camp isn't going to work out as quickly as one hopes it would. It doesn't come into play. Are they still allowed to do practices together, like with coaches and stuff, like over playbooks, plays, stuff like that? Like, can they still talk about it and work out together and practice, or is that like a no-no?
I think it would be a no-no for veteran players, but I don't know about rookies, right? Because rookies
Right.
aren't members of the CFLPA, and the PA
Okay.
is trying to keep everyone strong.
Right.
But they have no control over rookies, so I don't know.
But okay, so veterans cannot talk or discuss anything about.
I think
the
they've
upcoming
strongly
season.
recommended they shouldn't, with the
That's right.
exception of a team who may be vindictive towards players that do that, and we don't know who
Right.
that is. So
We don't know which team it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
there's lots of speculation as
Yeah.
soon as that tweet came out.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me tell you. There's
Okay,
lots of
well, can you
speculation, but-
tweet me these or message me these speculations because I have no idea what you're talking about.
well, almost every team has been named. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an excuse for everybody to blame every other team right now.
I'm just gonna say it's Calgary just because it's Calgary.
I like this thinking.
That it would drive Ryan crazy. So
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
that's what I'm gonna
That's
say.
fair.
Even if it's not true,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, we'll find out right away. Well, that's okay. He picks 18-0 every year, and that's not true either. So
Mhm.
Never has been.
That's the way it goes. Correct. Yeah, never will be. Okay, let's move on. From that great talk, let's talk a little bit about the draft day because I know I did the show and I talked about all the picks and kind of where things landed. But I'd kind of like to get your guys' opinions on it too. The global draft. Kayla, I don't know if you knew this, but we drafted a kicker who's 6'7". What is he, 230 pounds or something?
Yeah, he's the Australian
Like,
guy.
yeah, he's enormous.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
Crikey.
Like,
Where?
well played,
There we
super.
are. Yeah, Ben Griffiths.
good.
That was
Yeah,
it was interesting.
that's going to be exciting. Like, I can't wait to see that guy kick a ball.
Yeah, I want to see his leg measurements. Like, how long is his leg?
What's his inseam? Come on.
Yeah.
is, the, is the ball going to survive that?
Yeah.
Because, holy man.
I mean, he's an AFL guy, right? So, and then he went to the States for college, but so he's used to kicking the ball pretty far.
Jeez.
You were going to say he's used to kicking balls,
Yep.
which is funny all on its own. Title of the podcast.
Title
Yeah.
of every podcast.
Exactly. It's been a while since we've had one of those.
It's true.
Take that. But let's quickly run down again the draft picks so that we can, if we had other questions or things, then that'll come up. Then we can talk about it.
I just want to hear you pronounce
so-
the second global guy.
Yeah, I didn't write that one down because I wasn't. I took a shot on the episode. So if you want some entertainment on me trying to say that, go back and
Not
listen
even
to that
phonetically?
on the
Come
archive.
on.
No, I didn't write it down. So
Yeah.
that's-
Gaglianoni.
Oh, look.
I have no idea if that's
Oh.
right or not, but it sounds right.
But
Raphael.
Is he Italian? Jeez.
I don't know, but that'd be. I hope he comes out on the field with two Psy. That would be cool.
That would be cool. I'm sure that's
Come
the
on,
Ninja Shuttle.
Raphael.
I know. I get it.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I've got a 10-year-old
I'm like,
boy at home. I mean,
somebody. I know. Like somebody get this joke.
Yeah.
That was. Okay, it wasn't funny. Okay. In the Canadian draft though. Fourth overall, defensive back Enoch McConzo, and then with pick number 8, the guy we've been talking about a lot,
Yes.
quarterback Trey Ford, who will be here as it turns out. Our territorial pick, defensive lineman Jacob Plamondon. The next pick, offensive lineman Mark David Bien-Aimé. And what did you say, Mike? The ever elusive double hyphen?
the double
Is that what it
hyphen,
was?
exactly. Mark David Bien-Aimé.
That's
I mean, that's fantastic. Apparently, he's a
Outstanding.
monster. He's
Yeah, well, isn't he like-
6'7" and 350 pounds, and he can dunk. So apparently,
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that part.
yeah. Apparently, his coach, he only played one game because he was injured the whole time.
Right.
But then the coach said to get back into shape, he should try something else, like maybe some basketball. So I went and watched him, and he could dunk. So, and apparently he's very like quick feet. So this could be the
Wow.
steal of the draft. Jed Roberts was saying that this kid could be the guy. So
Yeah, the only downside right now is that he hasn't played football in what, 3 years is it or something?
yeah,
He hasn't played in a real game.
well, we'll see what happens at camp.
Exactly. Yeah. As John Hodge says, a guy who hasn't played football in 3 years, Chris Jones strikes again. Like, okay,
Well, like I
okay,
said,
well,
at least we didn't draft a dead guy. So
that's true.
That's
Yeah,
Ottawa.
we did.
he's the only
Nice.
offensive lineman we drafted. So
Yeah, so we'll take it.
Mhm.
Yeah. We did draft a long snapper,
yes,
Peter.
don't call me Nate.
Ajay.
Oh, I know.
There you go.
Wrong spelling.
It is the
It
wrong
is the
spelling,
wrong
but you know.
Well, it's the right spelling for him.
No.
I mean, let's not
No.
be fair.
No.
Come on, guys.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nate had it first.
Commissioner, that's it.
No fair.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. No bad signal for that one. Okay.
Loyal.
Oh, God, that's funny. It's good that we have a long snapper, though. That'll be important.
Yes, we need that.
Yeah, it's perfect. This is the one that I'm hearing was the steal, was the wide receiver Gavin Cobb. That he's a little speed demon that can also do returns.
He's a good kick returner. He played. Jerry Cooper was talking about him. He was playing on Vancouver Island before he went to college at U Manitoba. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay. Excellent.
Clips look
Oh,
great.
man. So Jerry Cooper, our eyes and ears in the
That's
background
right.
and on the island. It's
Mhm.
outstanding. Linebacker Wesley Apollon, who
Another twin.
then correct, and the twin went right after. What was your message to me again, Mike?
I just hate it when someone tries to copy your homework and it doesn't make it look like it's original.
Blatantly copied
Yeah,
your homework.
tell ya.
That's what it was. Oh, that was fantastic. You were on fire that night for text. I
Well,
will say
It's having a few beverages. That'll help.
it was very good. Defensive back Jeremy Dominique, then running back Jean-Paul Simonkinda, which I think is an outstanding.
That
name.
is
If
a
he
fantastic
only
name.
dropped that like N, it'd be like Kimakinda? Kimakinda? I don't know. Simonkinda?
Simonkinda? I don't know what it is. I think it's.
We'll
I
have
think
to
it's
ask him.
Simonkinda.
Well, yeah.
Ask him.
Too bad. That's what it is now.
That's what it is now.
It's
We can call you
Kimakinda.
Akuna Matata.
Kimakinda.
That's right. Nice. Then we did linebacker Nate Edwards. And then the next day there was the supplemental draft where we gave up our second round pick for next year to get 6'6", 350 Jamin Pelly, who is a defensive nose tackle. I have two things to say about this. One, in his highlights, man, can that guy move for a big dude.
Yep.
Like, he's quick. Second, in his highlights, he took a handoff as a fullback and got a touchdown. So we all know what Chris Jones is doing with him.
It's making him a cornerback.
Correct.
Nice. Be fantastic. Putting him in the wide side corner. It'll be good.
Yeah.
No one will
it's,
survive.
Wow. Like, man, can that guy move for a big dude, though? Holy cow.
Oh, dear.
It's coming through the line.
Jeez.
Okay. What are you oh-dearing, Superfan?
So Leanne put in the chat, Farhan Lalji just reported the Elks were the one club whose veteran quarterbacks were given the exemption by the CFLPA. Arbuckle and Cornelius will participate on Wednesday when rookie camp begins.
Interesting.
Outstanding.
So
the team with the least amount of veteran quarterbacks gets to have them.
Okay. Well, that not exactly the light that we wanted. It's I can't say I'm overly surprised. I kind of wondered. This leads actually into another topic that I want to talk about. But did you watch the docu-series part 1?
Yes.
From the Combine? And basically the way that Chris Jones just drilled Trey Ford for 2 minutes and then said, "Okay, we're done." Like, I was shocked that he drafted him after that. Like, honestly,
I think he was just
whoa.
trying to see how he reacted. Like when you
Yeah, but his comments in that was, well, you made a commitment and I expect you to show up, and he was really, really reinforcing it. So when I read that thing from the CFLPA, I'm not gonna lie, my first thought was it's Chris Jones, because he doesn't care about all that other stuff. It's football time means you get here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But once you are his guys, you are his guys forever. So
Correct. Yeah.
so we'll see.
We'll see how that comes. And thanks, Farhan. I know it's not his fault. But
It's not his fault, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to bring down the crowd, Leanne. No, I'm kidding. I guess in the long run, we have 8 quarterbacks coming. We have no idea who's going to be starting, so let's get them all there. See if we can
Frickin'
figure out.
crazy.
Well, we know who it isn't going to be, and that's JT Barrett.
That's true. Yes, he moved to the retired list.
Yes.
So that we could sign another Ohio State quarterback, Cardale Jones.
Yep.
Now, does that not sound like I cannot wait for Chris Jones to say his name.
No.
Cardale Jones.
Cardale.
We had
Cardale
Kendall, so why not?
Jones. Kendall and Cardale.
Mhm.
I thought Kendall was coming back, and then
Well,
not so much.
I don't
But
know. I
Who
mean,
knows? It's possible.
who knows?
Making some moves. Like I know.
Getting the band back together.
That's right. We did make some. Boy, it's been a while. We haven't even talked about us signing the national quarterback Michael Beaudry.
That's true.
So now we have 2 national quarterbacks:
Crazy.
Michael Beaudry, Trey Ford.
Yes.
Are we going to pull a BC Lions
Maybe.
and go all Canadian at quarterback?
They should make it part of the ratio.
Yeah. Put that in the CBA. There you go. We got time. It's not like it's done.
Exactly.
Great. Wow. This is going to be very interesting.
It's going to be an interesting year
Yeah, I think this gets one
this
of those.
week.
Yeah. Interesting year this week. It kind of feels like it right
Doesn't
now
it?
because we're all not quite there, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. 2 other things I just want to talk about, and then we should get to some horde items, Mike, and then we'll get to some more questions from the chat. So if you have other questions there, throw them in the chat for us. I do want to talk about the Sask game being rescheduled from Sunday, August 14th to Saturday, August 13th, and it moves from a 5 o'clock start time to an 8 o'clock
Right.
start time on a Saturday. So I know, Mike, you and I kind of chatted about this a little bit because, of course, we have the children going to a game. And 8 o'clock's not a great time to start a game for us. But
No, I mean, in our case, we can sort of justify it, and it's a Saturday, so the next day we're not going to work. He's not going to school or to camp or anything, so we can maybe make that happen. But yeah, it's not great for parents of young kids for sure. 5 o'clock start was great because we don't have a whole lot of early starts for those young families, and they really need to start realizing that these young families are the future fans of, 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? So
yeah.
I'd like to see more of that, but
although I will say I can see the benefit to moving a Sask game to a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Let's
Absolutely,
travel
yeah.
more for sure, get more people in there.
More likely
And there
we're gonna
already
get
is an
more
early
people
game with the
coming in,
Calgary, so
right? So yeah, I think we're going to see some more traveling Sask fans then, which helps to fill the
Yep.
stadium, and that's it's kind of the long-term goal, right? So
greatest export Saskatchewan has is people.
it's very true. Flat roads and people.
Yeah, well,
They're really good at building a flat road.
I'm pretty sure they're Saskatchewan is just a Cree word for let's pack up and move. Just seems like it anyway.
Oh, I'm going to use that in my manager meeting
Please do.
tomorrow and just see what happens with those people. I'm sure that just means pack up and move.
Yep.
Got the... Oh my! Another winner, superfan. You're
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's in that can, mister?
God,
You'll never know.
fire.
Oh, no, I won't.
Could be anything. Could be
Yeah.
anything.
Iced tea. Last thing I want to talk about is the deal, the team striking up a new deal with 630 Ched
Yes.
to bring our favorites, Dave and Morley, back to the mics to call all the games. Very excited about that.
Yes. What else can you say?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Pretty much. Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah.
Best in the business. Why
When I
wouldn't
went to the draft, I actually got to see the guys. I haven't seen them in a really long time, and like Morley came down, so I only got to talk to him for a couple of minutes. But then Dave and I had a really good chat, and you realize how much you miss them when you just don't get that chance to kind of sit and banter, right?
Yeah.
So that was amazing. And actually, I should give some kudos to Dave. If you haven't listened to this episode, it was Dave and I that were talking to G Roy, and Dave probably gave me one of the best moves of respect. We set out our recorders, and I sat back and waited for Dave to ask questions, and he asked a couple of questions, and then he turned and pointed at me and said, "Oh, your turn." And I was floored. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll take this opportunity. And it was awesome. So I'll give Dave a shout out on here because I
Hell
thought
yes.
that was this super classy move, and I appreciate it. That was
He's
awesome to have that moment.
Very generous man. Great human being.
Absolutely,
He's a good egg.
absolutely. He's a good egg. So you just said.
Yep, he's a bueno huevo.
Title
Like-
of the podcast: Bueno Huevo.
He needs a T-shirt. Give it to Dave that says
It says bueno huevo. I'm a good egg.
Kayla's getting hashtags for Kayla shirt, and Dave's getting Bueno Huevo. Oh my,
Pretty
the
cool.
show's going completely off the rails. Okay.
It's always Hostful. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's very funny. All right, Mike, do you want to do some hoard and tell, and then we'll go to some fan questions?
Sure. I was expecting something that might be coming in. Looks like it's going to be delayed a week or two. So I decided to go something a little different.
All right.
This is something that I think Tim Capper should recognize because he and I have had many discussions about these little items that were around, for 30, 40, 50 years ago. Back in the
My.
day when you'd go to Grey Cup, because fans can be fickle, hard to believe, especially when your team's not in it. Sometimes you're cheering for one team and then you change your mind and cheering for the other. So the CFL with Sun Life put out something called turncoat tags, and they looked like this. So you could be like, yay, Montreal. Wait, nope. Yay, Edmonton. And they put them out every year. So this is a 1978. Very similar to so many other years. You can see there's the CFL logo without the word CFL. The next year they figured that out and they put in CFL. So that's a 79. That was 77. This is 78. 79, there's
Okay.
actually a year.
I need that, by the way.
In
Photocopy it.
1980,
You need that because
We
it says
have
Montreal on the other
the
side.
Hamilton and Edmonton ones.
my,
81, of
that's
course, the
awesome.
greatest year that was ever for any football team. We have
Correct.
Ottawa. You can see it says Grey Cup 81 there. And, of course,
Yeah.
the good guys who won everything. And then lastly, for the 5 in a row, there is the Toronto and Edmonton. Prior to that, there was the Ottawa ones from before. There's no CFL logo, so that's the only way you can really tell. But yeah, you could sort of, and there's 86. So
Oh, that's so
yeah,
cool.
so you'd be in the stands and you'd be
God, I
holding
love
these
this.
up, and then someone else and you'd flip it around. So that's why it's called your turncoat. So I've collected some of those. I'm still missing a couple. So if I could find a 75 and a 79, that'd be fantastic. So I'm still looking, but anyone out there might have one that I wouldn't want to take Tim's, but anyone else.
Another
Turncoat tags.
option
That's
from the paper bag. I like it.
Yes, exactly. Just completely change your allegiances right there.
Yep. Yeah.
Especially, again, if you're not in it. Now, they had them from 72, I think, through 86, and then in 88, they did it again. They missed 87. But, so there's many, many years, but there's a whole bunch that have Edmonton on one side and Montreal on the other. So,
so awesome.
because we just played them so many times. So,
Be a very confused girl when it comes to Verdon Adam Jr. Is like,
yes.
I don't know.
Do I? Oh, yeah, but I really. But yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he could just play here, you'd be set.
Yeah.
It's just win-win.
You better just call Coach Jones and say, "Hey, could you just figure this out, please?" 'Cause
Listen.
Chris or Kari?
No, Chris.
Both.
Because
really.
Kari has really nothing to say. It's got to be between Chris Jones and Danny Machocha, right?
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, so talk to Coach Jones. Say, hey, come on now.
If camp opens.
I don't think he'll be tempted by the whiskey. Maybe, though.
Whoa, it's pretty good whiskey.
Between the two of you, this is going to go downhill even faster than
Whee!
usual. All right. Lovely. Nice. Oh my. All right, let's take some questions from the YouTubes there, and let's do some more chatting about what's going on.
You betcha. So Leanne did like to point out, look at it this way. You got the breaking news on this episode of the podcast instead of having to wait until next week. So there. That's why she brought it up. So
good.
it's breaking
That was
news.
Great. Yeah.
All we were
Break it.
missing was the
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah. Breaking news.
Exactly. What are you going to do? Apparently, Farhan further said, my understanding is a number of veteran quarterbacks were supportive of the exemption for Edmonton.
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
good.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah.
Tim Capper wants to know, so does it surprise you that Coach Jones is potentially making threats? Again, Chris or Kahari? Um, just saying.
Just, yeah, especially coming from Capper.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
You never know.
Chris Agar says, Jones isn't everyone's cup of tea, but you'll never find players more loyal to any coach.
Well, and that's the thing. How many guys have we talked to that were like, yeah, Jonesy's the guy. I would
Same
do
thing.
anything for
Yeah.
him. And
Run
it's
through a
just
brick
like,
wall, yeah.
okay. So, yeah, yep. Just don't have another, practice roster, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Ken Ludwig says he were talking about Trey Ford's number. Of course, he's not on the roster page because he has not signed yet.
Okay.
So it's only people that have signed that are on there. So you're not going to find Carter O'Donnell. You're not going to find the draft picks, that kind of thing, on there just yet. Once they have signed, then they will appear on there and they'll get a number assigned. So, or maybe they'll get a number at rookie camp. We will see.
Well, and that should be they'll sign tomorrow, right? Because we're recording tonight.
Yeah, or probably Wednesday by the time they get into
Perfect.
camp, right? So there are a lot of
Chance to talk
players
about
that
next
do have like a lot of numbers that have two players. They're either a receiver and a quarterback, or a defensive player and an offensive player. So two people, so it's just two different color uniforms with that same number because there's only so many numbers. One thing I had mentioned to you and to Paul earlier that I was really happy to see is that nobody has been assigned numbers 1 nor 21. To me, those numbers are kind of sacrosanct. They shouldn't be given out. But yeah, so I'm glad to see that those have not been given out. Some players, I think there's two players have 7, 10, 14, 18, 19, 35, and a 73. 10, you'll notice. It's one of those that has 2. So
I noticed that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
yeah, exactly. Hoskins and a quarterback, but it's like a some quarterback that probably won't make the team, so you're fine.
Good. Thank
Yeah.
God.
So grab that
Yeah,
number
that's
10
helpful.
Hoskins.
Correct. Yep. When the new jersey comes out, which will be soon.
All everyone wants to know is what color are the numbers.
That I would get.
No, what color are the
Or-
numbers on the jersey?
Jersey.
The new jersey.
On the jersey. Yeah, I don't know. All I was told, and this part I'm allowed to say, is that he, who I talked to, has seen it, and he said it's unreal. He said it's really good. You'll really like it. He
I
says if
can't
you
wait.
like the helmet, you're gonna love the jersey.
All right.
Ooh.
Can't wait to find out.
Yep. I'm super excited.
Exactly. What else we got
All
in
right,
here? Chris Agar says, I love David Morley doing the games. I highly dislike the monopoly that Chorus has been on, being allowed at or near the stadium. More media outlets should be permitted.
Actually, they changed that this year.
There you go.
In their deal, there is more opportunity for other places to be there. Like during Ched has the monopoly on the play-by-play,
Right.
but other outlets are now allowed to be in there, and that was part of the new deal, is what Dave was just telling me last Tuesday. So, so there is some things happening to open that up a little bit. And
Very cool.
I kind of figured, especially when Victor kept asking us to podcast live at the game, that at some point they're gonna have they're gonna have to open some things up, right? So
New media.
correct. Yep. So I see that happening. So
That'd be so fun.
Outstanding.
Mhm.
Just kind of skipping back and forth. Chris Agar is asking, I wonder what fans league-wide feel as far as picking a side, CFLPA versus the league. Based on some of the things the league that's been leaked, the league have said in their first offer, fans do seem decidedly on the CFLPA side at this point. I mean, we're buying jerseys and cresting them with a player and name and number, right? So obviously the players, without the players, there's not much of a league, but then again, without the teams paying them and supplying everything, there's not much of a league either, right? So I just hate the games. Just get, the mind games and the politics, just get something happening and make it happen.
Yeah, why does it have to be team league or team PA? Why can't it be league play football?
Yeah.
Like That's the one that I want to be in.
Yeah.
I want to be in
Please and
team
thank
play
you.
football. Yeah. Hashtag team get it done and go play.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I want to yell
Correct.
at something and not get a ticket for it.
And then come on this show and tell us all about how wonderful it is. That's what I
I
want.
missed that. Y'all are so technical. And I'm like, I just want to like talk about the game. That I know about that.
I can't wait to have you back when we're chatting about a game, and then you say, "What game did I watch?" Like that's the part that I'm looking forward to.
It's gonna get worse. I'm
part-
older this year.
Mike and I
Aren't
don't
we
know what
all?
you're talking about. Mhm.
Fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh. Leanne does suggest for numbers. How about glitter numbers? There we go.
Oh my god.
Wow.
One that's not
It'll
going
match
in
my shoes.
I think Kayla just volunteered to help.
Uh-huh.
Not at my house. You're not helping at my house.
I'm just gonna like put glue on your jersey and when you're not paying attention. Glitter always.
Oh, always. Okay. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Excellent.
In your ears, your hair. Well.
Well,
Yeah.
that hair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends if it wears his crop top.
Eyebrows.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that was last week
Oh,
when
that's
James
true.
was on. That was when James was on. That's not.
It's the glitter brows. Sounds like a
Oh.
really weird beer. Ooh, like a nice glitter brow.
Bro. Oh, when I was away in Tofino, I had a beer that was called Electric Unicorn.
Mm,
Like, it's called what? The Electric Unicorn. I'll have one of those.
and it's
please.
delish.
Yeah. It was, actually. It was quite tasty. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tim Capper throwing some
Wonderful.
shade now.
Okay.
The
What did he
new
say?
Elks jerseys can't be any worse than the new Bombers W alternate jerseys.
Oh, wow.
Shots fired.
Okay. Whew.
Gotta look this
So
up.
how do you really feel about the Winnipeg jerseys, Dapper?
He can talk. Have you seen those Montreal helmets? They are gorgeous. So
Oh, they are. They are gorgeous. Yeah. Well, except for Capper, they're a 9 out of 10.
that's right, because there's
Right,
always room
yeah.
for
Correct.
improvement.
That's right. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's good to have that.
Maybe they'll be a 9.5.
Maybe.
We have to see them in
Maybe.
person first, so we'll see.
All right then. Well, I'm sure that we'll say 9.5. The oh my goodness, this show was very fun. What somebody else was asking a question on there. I thought I saw that they were talking about the is there something else there on the jerseys? You find it, Mike. You keep going. I'm still trying to steal your thunder. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. You go ahead. Trying to see if there's anything that's new. Elks bedazzle, says Tim Capper. David Winchester suggests glitter numbers and boas. That'd be lovely.
Oh
Oh,
my.
that'd be great. That's a different spin on Hat Day.
That would be something.
It's like Elton John Day.
That's very different. Yes. Oh my.
Let's see.
Anything else,
I'm
Superfan?
not seeing anything about other jerseys, but maybe I'm just missing
Okay. I probably just saw something scroll by. That's fine.
it. Oh, Tim's sticking with 9. 9 out of 10.
9. 9 out of 10.
Not,
Okay.
not 9.5.
Not. Oh, okay. Just 9.
Just
All
9.
right then. Fair enough. All right. Well, we should get some plugs in and wrap this one up. This has been a ton of fun, and we covered all of the news that we needed to cover that we haven't covered in forever.
It's true.
Next week, hopefully, we'll be here talking about camp
Yep.
and how amazing it is to be there. And
Maybe we'll have
listening
a
to
Jimmy
Paul
Gaines
Regner.
winner.
Correct.
Maybe
We
a
have to
Dirty
start
Pirate winner.
working.
Oh my goodness! All these awards to
Wow.
hand out.
The Jimmy Gaines Award should be awarded. I don't know what's the third weekend after we start. Next weekend is the 16th, so it's probably June.
23rd.
No, because it wouldn't be after 1 week. We usually announce it near the end of camp as the Jimmy Gaines
It
winner.
depends. Whenever Paul's here. So
That's true. Yeah, it's whenever Paul's here. Okay, so maybe the 23rd. We have the Jimmy Gaines.
That's right.
winner. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Before we go, this episode is also brought to you by Park Power, your friendly local utilities provider in Alberta, offering internet, electricity, and natural gas with low rates, awesome service, and profit sharing with local charities. Park Power is owned by Chris Kozowski, who has a growing and well-deserved reputation for being a guy who cares. If you're in the Edmonton area, you may have seen him around town in his signature bow tie, supporting local causes and boosting local business. He walks that talk with his business as well. It's why Park Power shares its profits with local charities. As a new customer, you can choose a community partner and to receive 10% of the proceeds from your electricity bill, like the Altview Foundation for Gender Variant and Sexual Minorities. Find out more at parkpower.ca. I'm liking doing those Park Power ones just because they have all these new things that they were supporting, and I thought, oh, that's a great one
for sure.
Love it. So jump over there, see if you can save money, and be a part of it. Let's do our other APN plug for this one. A shout out this week to It's a Conspiracy podcast.
It's a conspiracy.
Any idea why I picked that one after all we've been talking about this week? No. Andrew, Charlie, and Greg, not this Andrew, different Andrew, lay out the beliefs of conspiracy theories, myths, and more. You can find them and all the other great shows on the Alberta Podcast Network.com.
Nice.
I carried that one out a little bit. All right, where do we find you guys? Superfan, where does everybody find you?
They can find me at 56 Parkies, and then the history segment at EDMHISTOREE.
Lovely. I tried to do that justice last week. I don't know if I did.
Just fine.
But I did try.
I was going to do double.
Sure.
But
that'll be the next part. I love that.
I like that.
I think that's a good call. Fantastic. Commissioner, where does everybody find you?
Exclusively on Twitter at Duchess Lombardi.
You signed an exclusive deal. Nice.
Yes. You know it.
Well in demand.
Yeah.
The commissioner is always in demand. Yeah. And you can find me at Freepalicious, and of course the show you can find at the Turf District on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. We are trying to get a few more things out there as we can, as it gets super busy here as we get into training camp, but I'm guessing there'll be more pictures if we're sitting in the stands, all of us wiping our eyes. So excited to be there.
It'll be
wonderful. I don't know what it is. It's amazing. Yeah. Also, make sure you're following our friends at Pay It Forward with Football, because they continue to do amazing things in spreading kindness. If you're on YouTube, you can stick around. We'll do a short overtime this evening and just chat with you guys a little bit more. Otherwise, we will be back next week. Now, our show next week might be a tad later, just because of some scheduling things on our end. But we will be around to talk all things. Please let us be talking all things training camp for the first 2 days. Come on, team play football. Hashtag team play football.
Let's do it.
That's what we want. So we will be talking about that, and we'll see where all of our new guys are and who stood out for us. It's going to be super exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait. It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
I need to do Bryant Mitchell so bad.
There you go. Can I suggest a certain number 10?
Maybe.
Sounds like he's going to be amazing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not the quarterback.
Not the
quarterback.
Great. All right, then. Well, for Commissioner K and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week. Maybe in a few minutes.
Kai Loxley.
And we're back. Look at that. Kai Loxley.
Yes.
Is that the new...
He's wearing number 10, as well as Trey Hoskins.
Oh. See, I like...
he'll change his number, don't worry.
Okay, good, because I want Kai Loxley to be in there, because that would be fun. Come on. Who doesn't want a Loxley on the team?
Loxley.
Old.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Paul Reckner flies home on the 30th, which is a Monday.
Perfect. Excellent. Oh, I see he also says that Phillips Brewery in Victoria makes a beer called Glitter Bomb. I need to try that.
Ooh, Phillips Brewery. I think I had one of their beers today. At
Nice.
lunchtime.
They are excellent. They also
They
make a fine gin called
Oh.
Stump Gin. It's
Really?
got
What?
Douglas fir. It's very nice.
Oh.
Very
Mm.
nice. Makes a
Ooh,
fine martini.
fancy. Makes a fine martini?
Yes.
Who doesn't like a fine martini?
Everyone
Extra
should.
Well,
dirty.
There's the hashtag.
I'm really glad that I was still recording on Aveir because now I have that clip. That's perfect.
There's the new pod bite.
Extra dirty.
Every time you say anything, that gets played after each one.
That's the new oh my if
Yep.
I ever heard one. It's extra dirty. Yeah. Every time.
You can tell I've been single for too long when.
Am I literally watching the word overtime shrinking and moving around on the screen? It's quite impressive.
Yeah, you were.
Okay.
I fixed it. Yeah, it was because I didn't have it added in by mistake, so I
Oh.
had to add it in and then just make it all. Yeah, but look, other things move on the screen. It's not
true.
just us.
It's true. Leanne wants to talk more about this Australian kicker.
Okay.
Okay, sure. What would you like to know, Leanne? Other than he's a enormous beast. I'm gonna get the actual height and
We got
size,
three
'cause
kickers from 3 different continents in the global draft.
Is that right?
Yeah. Australia, Brazil, and Belgium.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah, that's Rafael is from Brazil.
Raphael.
And
Sign me
Corpus
up.
Waltman from Belgium.
So now we have Raphael and Sergio.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
That's amazing. All right, I almost got it here. Hang on a second, and I'll tell you
Plus the
about this.
kicker we signed 3 days ago. Also Australian.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can say another global kicker, right?
Yeah, we have a few. And then we have,
Okay, so Australian punter Ben Griffiths.
yes.
He is 6'7", 240. And
Petite.
he's a kicker. Oh my god.
He's an AFL kicker, so he's like, what's with all these pads?
I was gonna say, could you imagine though? Like he punts the ball and then runs down the field and cuts the guy in half when he's running down the
Can't
field. It's he said coming off his junior season at USC, where he punted for an average of 45 yards, pinning the opponent inside the 20 on 17 of his 44 punts last year. He received All Pac-12 honorable mention and was named to the Pro Football Focus All Pac-12 first team and Phil Steele All Pac-12 fourth team in 2021. Before coming to USC, Griffith's product spent 8 seasons playing Australian rules football with the Richmond Tigers in the Australian Football League. The Melbourne native trained to punt with Pro Kick Australia, an Australian-based kicking academy. So not only is he massive, but he's gonna have like the best accent ever. We need to have him on the show.
It's true.
There's no that's got to happen.
We have a lot of kickers. We also have, what's his name? Rocketfoot. So,
Oh, I forgot about
Van der
Rocketfoot.
Riet.
That's right.
I mean,
Who is also global, is he not?
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
Dutch. I
But
think.
now was he a punter or was he a place kicker though?
I thought he was a kicker just because he was kicking these ridiculously long field goals. But maybe he's
Okay,
also
so, yeah.
punting, though, for us. I'm not sure.
I mean, again, the one kicker position is locked up with Sergio.
We have
But-
a lot of kickers
I
now.
don't know. Yeah. What is kickers, quarterbacks, and DBs? Is that the
Oh
other one that we
my.
were trying to match?
I
with
think
all
so.
Correct.
Yeah, we also have Greg Hutchins. And we have the other
Right.
Australian guy we signed last Thursday, Ryan Mescal.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, there's a big.
So we have 7
challenge
kickers and 8 quarterbacks. Nice.
Jeez.
Sounds like a normal training camp,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
There we go. There's our roster. There's our offense right there.
How many kickers does BC have?
Not enough.
One. Yeah. One.
What?
Sad face.
Sad face.
Okay, so you're gonna say it's Raphael Gaglianoni?
Sure.
I think that's what I went with last week. I have no idea.
There we go.
But Okay.
Or maybe you don't
I
pronounce
see
the
Chris
G's. I
Agar
don't
is
know.
saying Rocket Foot is South African.
Was he South African? Oh, right.
Oh, maybe.
They also speak
Yes,
Dutch.
Exactly. Yeah.
How old is Ben Griffiths? That's all Leanne wants to know right now.
How old is Ben Griffiths? I will see if I can
He's got a wiki
retrieve that
page.
information. Hold, please.
25.
30, I
not a-
think. No, he's
not
30 or
Oh.
30. He played 8 years in the
Did he?
AFL.
He can.
I think he had
guess,
4
yeah.
years, so he's got to be 31, 32 maybe.
He has a
Sure.
proper mullet in this photo.
Nice.
Proper.
Does he?
Proper.
Andrew is
Well,
suddenly
show it up.
intrigued.
Oh, I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see
Wait a
this.
second. He's no Marco.
Oh,
Oh, he does have a. Oh, that's very true. That is a proper.
that's something.
He is 30 years old. He was born in 1991.
Me too. So that's cool. Give or take.
It's about time somebody. It's about time somebody on this team was the same age as you, Mike.
That's right. Give or take.
You look great.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, you know. Whew.
Hey, we didn't talk about the CEO challenge that the Elks had last.
Morley read
Friday,
a
really.
7-0 flat. That was nice.
That's right. 7040.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
probably beat me.
A friend
Yeah, I'm
of
not
mine
getting
said
that.
he ran a 4-0 40, as in forever. That's fine.
Oh my. Oh my, that's hilarious.
So he has some
Uh,
experience, is what I'm getting at. Not just a pretty face, followed up by "Oh snap."
Well, obviously,
Says
Leanne
snap or
just looked
snafu.
up that. Yeah.
It's the reason why I
Picked up
love
that,
that woman. We know. I
It's
get you, girl. Get it.
I was at my mom's place yesterday, and I realized that she has like a little photo like of my grad picture, and I was looking at it, I'm like, oh wow, I really was trying to pull off the Marco Sincar look in those days. Like,
What?
that was
You might
incredible.
Yeah, I need a copy of that
Oh.
ASAP.
If you touch your ear, does that mean that the CIA guys go get the picture, or is that just
No?
We're all gonna have these little cardboard cutouts of Andrew in high school. We're all gonna wear
Okay,
them.
I'm definitely not showing you now. I was gonna show you before. Now,
Micah.
not
Oh, don't worry.
happening. Yeah,
I know Nicole.
yeah. You what?
I know Nicole.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah. She will absolutely do that just for that.
And
Just for
you
that
know,
reason.
if she doesn't want to, I think we know someone else that went to high school with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe.
Could
I
happen.
don't know. Could, yeah, yeah. Next thing you know, he's gonna be like, "Here, use this. It's like this little scene transition, and it's gonna just be my face go
His
across it."
face going across there. The hair blowing in
So
the wind.
wrong.
It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Sergio, as it goes down, but it's me.
Practice your saxophone.
Oh my God, that would be funny. We're giving Tyler way too many ideas. That's not a good idea.
That's a
I don't
great
think.
idea.
These are great ideas.
Mhm.
These are all great ideas. Okay, perfect. I'm going back to wieners for Kayla then. I was gonna give it
Still
up, but I think
waiting.
I'm going right back to it now. Yeah.
Can't wait for football to start. So many.
Yeah, so excited. So excited. All right, was there anything else in the chat that we didn't Oh my God, Tim I saw hashtag Kayla wants it extra dirty. Oh
Oh,
my
dear.
good Lord. That is not okay.
Nope.
That's not, no, that's,
It is what it is.
I mean,
It is what it is.
yeah, but that is going to be the clip from now on. Extra dirty. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That was only an overtime though, so I can't put that as the title of the podcast.
That's right. She likes her
That's the
podcast. She
downside.
likes her martinis.
That's why it's overtime, pal.
After dark.
After dark. Yes, exactly. Was there anything else that we didn't cover on the show that you guys want to talk about for the
Yes,
team
my
wise?
whiskey. If I was given it's
Well, you might as well
it's
give it a plug now.
the Shinabobu. It's a Japanese blend. It is fabulous and
Fabu.
quite reasonable priced too.
I think that's the same company that made that
About-
gin that I got. That's Mike.
about-
The that Japanese one? Was that not?
I'm not
It was a
sure.
different one.
I have a Roku, which is Japanese gin, which is fabulous as well. The Japanese
That's the
know
one.
what they're doing. Oi,
Roku's the one I've got.
it's
Is that the
good.
one? Okay.
It's delicious.
We didn't talk about the rest of the tailgate menu.
Yeah.
We have
we
actually
didn't.
decided
Oh,
on the
sorry
menu.
about that, Mike.
Let me
Yeah.
see if I can get the menu here. So I don't know if we decided one for the home opener because I will probably not be there.
Well, we did. We were gonna do the. We're probably gonna do the mini pizzas
Pizza.
for
Right.
the home opener.
There it
Yeah.
is. The whole thing there. So we
Okay.
have the preseason game will be again Perot. We're going to be Ukrainian feast. So that should be delish.
Pierogi, sour cream.
Yep.
Mm.
Cabbage rolls and coffee.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have barbecue mini pizzas on the home openers. Then the July 7th game is pulled pork on a bun. July 22nd is going to be a fun one. So that is right around when K-Days is on. So we're going to have our own thing. We're going to have a bunch of games for the kids to play. We're going to have corn dogs, fries, and cotton candy. So that's going to be a lot of fun for sure. August 13th against Saskatchewan is meatball mini subs. As Vince had requested, since Ottawa is in town, we're going to have some tailgate poutine.
Oh,
August 27th. Of course, the traditional Labor Day rematch is tacos in a bag. October 1st is grilled cheese fingers with tomato soup. The October game versus Toronto, that's October 15th, is bacon, mac, and cheese, 3 of my favorite words. And October 21st, that's the BC game, is chili in a bread bowl.
Perfect.
Just knocking it out of the park.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so... I haven't fired. Well, I bought that new barbecue for tailgate. I haven't even used it at a tailgate yet.
I don't even have a
Gotta
barbecue.
christen
at
it.
my house.
Oh, christen it.
Oh, that's right. You have to get another one.
No,
right?
I just got a flat
Or
top.
did you? Oh, right. Yeah, you got the grill.
Yeah, the griddle.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, and then
fancy.
maybe who knows? We'll bring a smoker or something. Who knows? No.
Can you imagine we're there? We're gonna just
Get
maybe
there
have
at like 10 in the
a
morning.
Donair meat spinner running in the background. Yeah, we're all good. You want me to cut you off a little, or that'd be yummy. Yeah, prime rib in the background.
That sounds fantastic.
I can only see one comment off the side, and it's Leanne going, "Oh my God, cotton candy!"
Exactly. Oh, it should be fun. And popcorn as well. Sorry, there's going to be popcorn.
Popcorn,
Yeah,
yes.
got a popcorn
makes
maker
sense.
just for it. So there we go.
Did you?
Yep. And I got the recipe for how the theater does it. So this will be good.
Oh,
Theater
really?
style popcorn. Yes.
So what kind of popcorn maker did you get?
Oh, it's just the regular, like the popcorn, like they have at the theater, but a smaller version.
Like one of the okay.
But it's
really?
okay. It's the stuff they put on it. So.
Oh, neat. You're gonna have to lend me that secret.
Yes, it's very,
That
very
would be
fancy.
wonderful.
Not really.
Yummy.
Tim Capper's asking, Andrew, tell us about your draft day experience.
Well, it was amazing.
That was all we need to know. Thanks.
That was it. Yeah. Did you not listen to the episode I just put out last? No, I'm kidding. No, it was really good. I need to give the Elks a lot of credit. They reached out, said, "Hey, would you like to, be part of the draft day?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be amazing."
No doubt.
And then I went, and they actually had they had the media upstairs, and then they had a fan event downstairs, and so they were taking me downstairs, and they're like, "Yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna be in the locker room." I'm gonna be pardon?
I'm gonna be where now?
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that, but that's okay. Kayla, you'll be happy to know that I turned the corner to go into the locker room, and small tear as I see the wall with all of the it's
Every
so beautiful.
time.
Did you stop at the
Oh
Fred
my
Stamps
God.
locker?
So good.
Did you?
I didn't. No, I didn't, because it was over behind the TV. I was
He
on the
couldn't
other
because
side.
that's Kayla's, and he wouldn't want to do that to you.
True.
Correct, yes. I did, however, possibly sit in Tanner Green's for a short while, just because
27.
it's the current 27.
You
Correct.
need to
Yes,
look at the
exactly.
and go, where's Marco?
Marco. I know I need to do. Actually, well, he's probably his locker is somewhere in the world now, because it wouldn't be in one of those ones, right?
That's true. That's true.
Because it's much like the one I have sitting over here. So anyway, we went down to the locker room. I got a chance to talk to a number of people from the team. Nick Peltier, who has now moved into the game day events
That's awesome.
uh, side of things. Um, and man, like the positive energy coming off the people who are working for the Elks right now is infectious and heartwarming. Like it's
Oh.
I I talked to Nick and I said, well, that's a big change for you because he was in the player personnel side.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, it's time to, change it up a little bit. And he goes, but I'm like so excited because we're bringing our ideas and they're saying, okay, yeah, this is that idea. I really like that idea. Okay, here's the budget to do it. Go do it. Um, and Nick told me too that he said there's lots of things that they wanted to do, um, but they have to get through some of the city things.
Mm,
So they already have stuff that's planned for next year
That's
because they're
awesome.
working on the
nice.
process. So I'm like, okay, they're all in on. And he said, yeah, game day experience is going to be significantly different than what you remember. I'm like, okay, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what that means, right? Um, so that was a really good conversation. Then I started chatting with David Beard and Cole Nelson. And Cole's was really funny because, of course, he was an Alberta Golden Bear. So he
Right.
wanted all of the Golden Bears on our team. And so every time a Golden Bear got picked by another team, he'd be like, "Ah!"
One before ours too. Oof, that was painful.
Oh, that, yeah,
Damn you,
Rodine Brown
Winnipeg.
should have been on our team. Should have been on our team.
Right before the
Ah.
territorial draft.
So not okay.
Nope.
Or wasn't that Montreal? Didn't
Well, it was
Montreal get him,
Montreal.
I
Yeah,
think, or was
sorry.
that? Yeah, it was Montreal. Bastards. Um, so yeah, I'm wondering though if Edmonton is now getting to kind of that point, like with Saskatchewan, where the riders don't really. They will sometimes pick a Saskatchewan player, but they don't, knowing that once that rookie contract is up, they're going to want to move home, and that's when they get
Ask
them in
Mark
free
Cordy.
agency, right? Right. So I
Maybe.
wonder if the Elks are a little bit at that point
Maybe,
with
but they're
some of the
cheaper as a
guys.
rookie, right?
Going
So
on.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting theory either way, but yeah, so I had a great conversation with those two guys. We were talking about some of the stuff from last year, which was, a little painful to hear, but it it also it just kind of reinforced some of the things that we were feeling as fans.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't just us, um, and it also kind of brought to light a few things where you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of what we thought was going on, and then it was. So it was interesting, but really really good conversation. And but what was really funny as I was telling David Beard, I'm like, well, we've got like 7 quarterbacks. Like, which one do you think you're actually going to be blocking? He's like, we have 7, and then of course then we end up drafting Trey Ford, and I turn around and look at Beard, he's doing this. 8. Oh God, I laughed so hard. I'm like, okay. So it was, yeah, it was a really, really good time with those guys. I got to meet Victor in person, and which was great. And you could tell that like he's shaking my hand, and he goes, like he knew who I was, but couldn't
Right.
picture it. And I'm like, Andrew from the turf. He's like, oh, right, right, right. And then he puts his arms like on either side of my head like this, and then he goes, oh, there, now I recognize you. Yeah.
Ah.
And
He's voguing.
so yeah, so but then he was talking with Beard and Cole, and he was just like he's so passionate, right? Just he's like, what? Like we got to help you guys. How do you want us to help promote your stuff? Like you got to tell us, and we'll help you. And I'm just sitting back like this is amazing. This is so cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and so then we watched the first 2 rounds in the locker room. Oh, and they fed us too. It was an amazing spread of food. I didn't get a lot to eat because I was too busy yammering. I know that shocks you both. Um, but but we watched all the draft picks. We were talking about all the Elks ones and kind of where some of the other teams were landing. And then, as people kind of started to filter, I also got a picture, like I was getting drafted, which was with Spike, which was cool. I did say that they picked up a water boy at some point. It's important. Um, but we did, at the end of the night, then Evan Dom was down in the room, and then and he said hi to me, and then he said, "Oh, did you want to talk to G-Roy? Because we're going to talk to him after the fourth pick here." And I'm like, yeah. And so then he took me
You didn't yell
upstairs.
"duh" in his face. That's good.
Yeah,
They grow up so fast.
I was like, "You think?" Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I said, "Oh, that'd be amazing." And so he took me up, and then I was in the room with Dave, and and what was the other? There was another guy there who was from CBC French, and I can't not for the life of me at this moment remember his name. Nice dude though. And so we watched the other picks, and then yeah, G Roy came in and we set out our recorders and we chatted with him for about 8 or 9 minutes, which was awesome. And and then I hung out with Dave for the rest of the draft. We just sat there in the room, and Dave was doing his eye lily and his,
Right.
reporting on whatever the picks were, and then we were just kind of shooting the gab at the same time. So that was really great. And then we left, and then I was out. And Dave and I were just out talking outside of the stadium, and then G Roy walked by and we talked to him for a second, and then Evan walked by, and and it was just, it felt. Do you remember in I want to say 17,
No.
when we when we first got our media passes, and it was like we were able to just stand and talk to other people, and it was like, okay, you feel like you're the rookie, but you're kind of part of the club.
Right.
And it felt like that, but like the veteran was coming, like it was like a different respect level. It was amazing. It was really, really cool, and lots of
That's
great
awesome.
stories. And like I said, I heard about a bunch of stuff that's coming up, which is awesome. And yeah, it's really exciting. I'm right away. I think I'm guessing the build up will start for the jersey soon, and that's going to be amazing. So
That's
Can't
fantastic.
it was a great time. Yeah, it was a great time. So thank you to the Elks, and thank you to everybody there for making it fun and a very memorable event. And these are the things that you and I have been talking about, or all three of us have been talking about forever, is
Yep.
that those experiences, right? And they want to build on this now. Next year, they want to have a true fan event for the draft and
I think that's
have
awesome.
more fans there, right? They take a seed, do what starts with it, and then build it every year. And yeah, fully in support of that for sure.
That's awesome.
100.
Thanks, man. What else was in there? Anything?
In the chat,
Yes.
Tim
sorry.
Capper's talking. But we were talking about Paul Reckner wants to know where's the Patreon link for the Donaire spinner.
Patreon.
Oh my god,
Patreon.com.
that's a classic.
See, I can still remember it. Yeah, exactly. Those are for the old fans.
That's right,
That,
old
remember
throwback.
that one.
Tim Capper says that it does sound so much fun. I wish the Owls did this. I only get Ambrosi tomorrow. Only get Ambrosi tomorrow
Only.
at his Montreal road trip. Have my bingo card ready for the answers we already know.
Yeah.
Well, especially when fans keep asking the questions we already know the answers to. But what are you gonna do?
Well,
Tim
I
is
think
curious how he'll answer my question tomorrow.
oh my. Oh, I bet Tim has some interesting way to word that question.
Oh, I'm sure. And then I'm sure when he starts
Ooh.
to spin it some other way, like, no, stay on task.
Stay,
You'll be like, who let
stay
this
on
guy in here?
target.
Exactly.
Stay on target. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, poor guys.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm not saying that Randy has done everything right. Don't get me wrong,
No.
but um, that like he can only answer what he's allowed to answer, and he can. I don't want to say controlled, but he's at the mercy of the 9 owners, really.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate that it's not a little more open, but I think he's a little bit in the rock and a hard place on that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still,
Still.
I just want to hear his answer. I don't even know what the question is, but I just want to hear the answer.
Oh yeah, I still want to hear the answer. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not tuning in. Come on now. Come on now.
As Doug Ballinger says, if he answers at all.
Correct. Yes. Which yeah, he's
Standing up on
very
stage.
good at
Sorry, you cut
changing
out
it.
there. I'm actually in the room. This is not a Zoom call.
What I can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry,
What? Pardon?
your volume's off.
You're mute. You're on mute.
Yep.
You're on mute. Yeah. I am. Yeah. I hope Capper says that. What? Sorry, you're on mute. What? Pardon. Try again. Yeah.
Tim Capper has
As
left
he's
the room.
standing right in front of him with the recorder. What? You're on mute. You're on. Oh. Right.
And then
right,
Tim
yeah.
has left the chat.
Yeah,
Someone on each end of him.
exactly.
That'll be fun.
It's a different way to leave the chat.
Yeah,
But
well, you know.
hey, we all do what we got to do.
Yep,
That's
it's true.
that's how that plays out. Wonderful. All right. Well, that was a fun show tonight, guys.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone for joining us, and we will all hope and pray that we get to talk about all the great players that we saw next weekend.
Maybe they'll even be early, front runners for the Jimmy Gaines Award. You never know.
Maybe. I have to do jury selection on Thursday, and I'm hoping that it wraps up really quickly so I can go and watch rookie camp.
Yes, well, all you got to do is just say, I think we should hang them all. And you don't get selected. Follow me for more life hacks.
We're in Berta. That would probably get me like first seat.
That's true.
if I
I
did
just say
that.
whatever Trudeau likes. There you go. Now you're out.
There you go. There you go. You're excused.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. It's rookie camp time. See you later.
Exactly.
I gotta go watch Trey Ford throw some balls.
It's easy to get excused, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, I was selected for jury duty, and the amount of people that when they like call your number and then they go up and they're like, and then they leave. I'm like, how the hell did you just do that? It's not that hard,
Well,
apparently.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll show up and be like, yeah, all right, I'm here. What do you need? And then figure out what they answer and
I just have to
or what
say,
they ask.
I have kids. I cannot.
Yeah.
Just bring your
Well-
kids with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? That'll get me off pretty quickly.
So to speak.
Off the jury. Correct that. 'Cause that would be bad.
That would also
yeah.
get you excused. I'm just
Correct.
You might be someone who's going on trial.
Yeah. Wait a second. Who's the one on trial here? That's what I should ask when they ask me. They ask me the first question. Wait a second. Who's
Soon
on
to be
trial
you.
here? Yeah, that's not okay. This makes me feel uncomfortable because I feel like you're putting me on trial. You're excused. Thank you. I
say
appreciate
that when
that,
you're the
yeah.
defendant.
Feel like I'm on trial. You are.
Oh,
Oh. Wow.
That's news.
That's a different. I didn't expect that answer. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there's lots of good laughs in here.
it's
So
true.
hopefully I'll make it to training camp after that because I was invited to go. So that's Nick said, "Are you gonna come to Are you gonna come to rookie camp?" I'm like, oh, are we allowed? He's like, "Yep." Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Giggity giggity.
Uh,
I love the fact that Kayla did the head bob. You said the first part, I said the second part, and Kayla did the head.
it's the trio.
That was outstanding. Not even practice.
Nope.
I gotta say, not even
Or
practice.
mid-season form.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Well, we will be back next week. Next Monday night. Probably starting around 8:30. I'm hoping. I'll fill you guys in a second, but that's probably what we're going to have to do. But we'll hopefully be talking all things training camp, see where things are at, and we likely won't have team guests through training camp, but then we'll go back to seeing if we can get some players to kind of connect with them as we get into the regular season. So thank you very much for joining us. For Commissioner Kayla and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you in 1 week.
Woo!